Hello, I've got a serious topic today. I need to give you some trigger warnings for this topic. Please don't watch this if A, you care about me a lot and you don't want to hear something unpleasant in detail about something I've been through. B, you're not ready to hear content about abuse. C, you could be triggered by listening to me talking about my experience being a victim of somebody's controlling behaviour. And where am I up to? D, don't watch this if you don't want to hear about sexual violence. I'm going to talk about something called coercive control. It became illegal officially in the UK a few years ago, I believe. It has happened to me. I had a partner who once was being violent to me, and basically I was pinned down and then he told me to say something, a certain thing. He wanted me to say a certain thing. And it was really, it was such a weird, surreal experience because I'm very, very conscious of what words come out of my mouth. I had to say something that I didn't mean, and I had to say it in a kind of situation of terror. You know, you don't have sort of like, well, I didn't have the thinking ability in that moment to sort of logically wonder whether my life was in danger or like what level of risk I was in. So I'm not saying that it was that severe, but it was the emotion of being forced to do something against my will. You know what I want to mention as well? Because I haven't always been following Islam, and the partner wasn't Muslim. Because people some people love assuming that things like abuse might be, or control might be more common in Islam, but that's not the case. That's not the case. It's a human issue. It's not restricted to certain religions and cultures, okay? That's my opinion, and I have a fair amount of knowledge about this topic because I've been studying it for a number of years, and I have that kind of autistic trait of when I'm studying something, it's like a special interest. I like to understand all the ins and outs of something before I even dare to say anything on a topic or have any kind of opinion on it. And I have been studying this for many years, and I have got to know very closely like lots of people's stories face to face, and listened and understood and shared. So coercive control, yeah, it doesn't have to be in a sexual situation, but the one that happened to me, it was. And it was really bizarre. It was a really bizarre feeling to have to say something, and I had to say it twice. To appease the person, the abuser. And it's sort of like evidence for that abuser that, I mean, I'm saying like evidence to them, it's not actually, because it's not true, because they made you do that thing or they made you say it, but it's like evidence for them if they need it, of like, you said this, you agreed to this, or you know, you consented to whatever it is. So that's one kind of abuse that I wanted to mention, and give you a little bit of insight of what it's like to be in that situation. You might have been through it and it's not talked about, and it's not believed by people who sort of like tend to exert power if they're under stress. They like to deny that this kind of abuse is real. And people like me who sort of shy away from our personal power when we're in any stress or difficulty, we are the victims of that kind of violence and that kind of control. So if you've been through this kind of experience, any kind of experience of coercive control, you don't want to open up to the wrong person. Please be really aware that most people don't understand this and they don't want to hear about it. And I don't mean that to silence you. I mean to open up to the right person and be really protective of your story. You know, it is the truth. You were there. And when you open up to somebody who doesn't have knowledge and understanding about it, you could get all kind of negative reactions from somebody, whether or not they mean any harm to you. It is harmful, because if you're sharing your truth and you're sharing your story, it needs to be in a safe environment, says me, who's putting this on YouTube. Wish me luck. So that's it for today. Thank you.